Welcome to Learn Commerce PU online classes. Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Hello my dear students, welcome back to First Commerce Accountancy online classes. Dear students, in last class we studied that the basic rules of debit and credit. So now we know the basic rules how to pass the journal entries. That rules are very important, and now we know what is the rule to record the asset, what is the rule to record the liabilities, and what is the rule to record other types of accounts. Correct, right? So let's start the illustration part to solve some of the illustration. Take down this illustration in your notebook. The first illustration 1, started business with cash rupees 5 lakh. Second transaction is opened a bank account with an amount of rupees 4 lakh 80,000. And third transaction is purchased furniture for rupees 60,000 and paid check for the same. And the fourth transaction is goods purchased from Dhanya Traders rupees 10,000. See, we can record the transaction in the books of accounts based on its documentary evidences. So all these are the transaction recorded based on the vouchers or the documentary evidences only. So let's see, now we know the rules. Let's see how to apply those rules in preparing accounts. So T format, each and every we should know that each and every transaction affects two different accounts. That is, one is debit, another one is credit. Left side is debit, right side is credit. We know that. And first we should classify the two different accounts which are affected by single transaction. Say for example, and we now we know about the what are assets, and we can differentiate the liabilities. Like assets are the buildings, furnitures, and other equipments, motor vehicles comes cash at bank. These all are considered as asset. So we can differentiate asset and liabilities. So first you should classify the two accounts. You should identify the two accounts involved in a particular transaction. Say take for the first example, the first transaction, started business with the cash rupees 5 lakh. See here, two accounts are affected. One is capital, another one is cash, that is asset. Let's apply the rule. We need to prepare two different accounts. One is capital account, another one is cash account. Another one is cash account. See, according to the rule of capital and asset, now we should know the capital rule and asset rule. So capital, what is the rule of capital? Increases in capital is to be credited, decreases in capital is to be debited. Cash is asset, cash is considered as asset. Increases in asset is to be debited, decreases in asset is to be credited. See the analysis part. Here, when starting a business, capital is introduced by the owner, so capital increases. Same time, cash is also increases. Business start ಮಾಡೋ ತನಕ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಒಬ್ರು ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅವರ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. 0 ಇದ್ದ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ 5 ಲ್ಯಾಕಿಗೆ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಯ್ತು, 5 ಲ್ಯಾಕಿಗೆ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಯ್ತು. 0 ಇದ್ದ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ 5 ಲ್ಯಾಕಿಗೆ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಸೊ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸಸ್, ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸಸ್. What are the two accounts are affected here? One is capital, another one is cash, another one is cash. We know the rule, increases in capital is to be credited. So 5 lakh here, increases in capital is to be credited. So 5 lakh we should record under credit side of capital account, and increases in asset is to be debited. Increases in asset is to be debited, and the rule is, accounting equation says that the amount to be debited must equal to the amount of credited. So a credit amount equal to debit amount. Correct, right? Correct, right? So increases according to the rule. Just apply the rule here. Increases in capital is to be credited. This side is credit side, so we recorded credit amount here. And increases in asset is to be recorded. This side is debit side, so recorded 5 lakh here. We record 5 lakh here because increases in asset is to be debited. This side is debit, that side is credit. This side is debit, this side is credit. So increases in capital is to be credited. Increase here, both are increased. So increases in asset is also to be debited here. So a credit amount equal to debit amount. So one transaction includes 2 accounts, capital and cash, capital and cash. So here capital increased, so 5 lakh we recorded under credit side. Cash increased, so 5 lakh recorded under debit side. Okay, and the second transaction is opened a bank account with an amount of rupees 4,80,000. 4,80,000. For what we should do first, we should identify the 2 different accounts. What are the 2 accounts are affected? Let's see. Opened a bank account with an amount of 4,80,000. One is bank. One account is affected here is bank. So just analyze to invest or to deposit any amount into bank. Say for example, I have a bank account. In that I have only 10,000 rupees. My savings bank account shows total shows 10,000 rupees. Now I am crediting my say for example, I am depositing 50,000 rupees into my account. So 10,000 increases to 60,000 because 50,000 deposited to my account, right? So here bank account increases, bank account shows increases. Actually ನನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ 60,000 ಇತ್ತು, in hand 60,000 ಇತ್ತು, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ 50,000 ನಾನು ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿಗೆ ಡೆಪಾಸಿಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ, 50,000 ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿಗೆ ಡೆಪಾಸಿಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಸೊ ನನ್ನಲ್ಲಿದ್ದ 60,000 ಏನಾಯ್ತು, ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಯ್ತು. ಯಾವುದು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಯ್ತು, ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 10 ಇತ್ತು, ಈಗ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ 60,000 ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ bank and another account is cash. So we should identify the 2 accounts here. One is bank, another one is cash. Thing is, these both are assets. Both are assets. So we should apply the rule of assets. Means increases in asset is to be debited, decreases in asset is to be credited. How we can apply this rule here? See, ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿಗೆ ಡೆಪಾಸಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಏನನ್ನ ನಾವು ಡೆಪಾಸಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಅನ್ನ ಡೆಪಾಸಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ನನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ 60,000, actually here take this example, actually we have 5 lakh rupees, 5 lakh, out of 5 lakh we are depositing 4,80,000. 4,80,000. ಸೊ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಝೀರೋ ಇತ್ತು, ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಅಕೌಂಟೇ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ನೌ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಓಪನಿಂಗ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್, ಸೊ ಆರ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಶೋಸ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ಡ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ, ಆರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಶೋಸ್ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ಡ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ. ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಸಿ ದ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಒನ್. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದಟ್? Opened a bank account with an amount of rupees 4,80,000. See, the two accounts are affected here. One is bank, another is cash. Why? We are depositing cash into bank. Cash into bank. Cash iddadu kadime agtade, bank iddadu ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. We are depositing. Suppose we are withdrawing amount ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, we are withdrawing amount from bank, cash shows increased value, bank shows decreased value. ನೀವು ಡೆಪಾಸಿಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ತೋರಿಸುತ್ತೆ, ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ತೋರಿಸುತ್ತೆ. Getting my point? So here bank, apply the rule here. We are depositing the cash into bank, so bank increases, bank asset ಒಂದು ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಅಸೆಟ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಅಸೆಟ್ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So here how we can apply the rule? Increases in bank account, increases in asset is to be debited, increases in asset is to be debited. So how much here debit? 4,80,000. 4,80,000 is debited here, and 4 lakh here we can say that another account cash reduced, so decreases in asset is to be debited. It decreases in asset is to be credited. How much? 4,80,000 here. 4,80,000. So 4 lakh increases in asset is to be debited, decreases in asset is to be credited. Correct, right? Increases in asset is to be debited, decreases in asset is to be credited. These both are assets only. See here, capital increases. In first transaction, capital increases in capital is to be credited, and cash increases according to asset rule, according to the rule of asset, increases in asset is to be debited. Here also bank is considered as asset, increases in asset is to be debited. Another one, cash is considered as asset only, decrease in asset is to be credited. Clear, right? And let's take one more example, that is purchased furniture for rupees 60,000 and paid check for the same. Purchased furniture for rupees 60,000 and paid check for the same. It is a transaction. Let's analyze this transaction. Here what you should do, first you should identify the two accounts here. Two accounts. One is here what you purchased, furniture purchased. When purchasing furniture, what you paid, check is paid. So check is related to bank. Check is related to bank. Suppose if you purchased furniture for cash, then what are the two accounts here affected? One is furniture, another one is cash. Got it? So here what are the two accounts? Very simple. Two accounts are, one is furniture, another one is bank. Another one is bank. So these two are also assets. Correct, right? Furniture is also asset, means source of an organization. Bank is also source of an organization. So both are these are comes under asset. So which rule should be applied here? Yes, asset rule should be applied here. So what is the rule of asset? Yes, I am saying that Increases in asset is to be debited, decreases in asset is to be credited. Let's apply. See, what are the two accounts are here affected? One is furniture. Another one account is what? Bank, because we are paying check to the business organization for the purchase of furniture. 60,000 in a check ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಿ ಫರ್ನಿಚರ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ನೀವು ಫರ್ನಿಚರ್ ತಗೊಳ್ತೀರಿ ಚೆಕ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಿ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಿರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಇದೆ ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ 4,80,000. Now you are paying out of 4,80,000, 60,000 you are paying to furniture dealer. So whatever it may be, increase furniture ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ. Furniture is asset. When you are purchasing furniture, whether asset is increased or decreased, of course increased. Purchase ಮಾಡುವಾಗ increase ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So increase in asset is to be debited. Which asset increased here? Furniture ಅನ್ನೋ asset increase ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Increases in asset is to be debited. How much? 60,000. ಫರ್ನಿಚರ್ ಇದ್ದಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಇವಾಗ ಫರ್ನಿಚರ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಎಷ್ಟು ವರ್ತಿನ ಫರ್ನಿಚರ್ ಇನ್ಕರ್ ಆಗಿದೆ? 60,000 ಫರ್ನಿಚರ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸಸ್ ಇನ್ ಫರ್ನಿಚರ್ asset is to be debited, decreases in asset is to be credited. Actually we had 4,80,000, now 60,000 were paid out of 4,80,000. Now we have only 4,20,000. So what is the rule? How we can apply the rule here? Decrease in asset, decrease in bank is to be debited. So 60,000 is debited here. Correct? Getting my point? So here let's see the two accounts. Furniture is considered as asset. Furniture is increased. So increase in asset is to be debited. And next one is bank. Bank is also comes under. Why the bank came here? Because we paid a check. So that's why bank. So bank is also considered as asset. So decreases in asset is to be credited. So the amount of debit equal to amount of credit here. Getting my point? So the third, according to the third transaction, furniture is considered as asset. Increases in asset is to be debited. Next one is bank, because check came. So decreases in asset is to be credited. Let's analyze one more transaction, that is what? Goods purchased from Dhanya Traders. I'll write here. Just see the analysis part. Fourth transaction, goods purchased from Dhanya Traders. The thing is, please note this point. In a transaction, when a person name came, say for example, goods purchased from Ram, goods sold to Mr. Lakshman, goods purchased from Mr. X, goods sold to Mr. Y, like this. When a person name came, then we should consider that transaction is a credit transaction. What is that? Credit transaction. Say for example, if the sentence is continued as, say, take this same example, goods purchased from Dhanya Traders for cash for rupees 10,000, then it is cash transaction. If cash is mentioned in the transaction, then only we can consider that transaction is cash transaction. Or else, if the transaction is just mentioned as goods purchased from Mr. Ram, then we should consider that transaction as credit transaction. Means ನಾವು ಸಾಲಕ್ಕೆ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ, ಅಥವಾ ಸಾಲ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಸಾಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಸಾಲಕ್ಕೆ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Very important assumption. If the person name comes in the transaction, then we should consider that transaction as credit transaction. If it is in the transaction cash is mentioned properly, then only we can consider that transaction is cash transaction. Or else if the transaction is just like this, goods purchased for rupees 10,000, then we can consider that transaction as cash transaction. Or else if the person name is mentioned in the transaction, then it is considered as credit transaction. Very, very important assumption. We should know this assumption for a longer time also. So let's see, goods purchased from Dhanya trader. So it is a credit transaction. So what are the first? We should identify the two accounts which are affected here. So one is Dhanya traders. One is Dhanya traders because she is a creditor. So two accounts here. One is Dhanya traders. Another one is first account and second account. Here goods purchased. So it is considered as purchases. It is considered as what? Purchases. So these two are affected here. See, credit ge purchase madidre, it is considered as liabilities. We have to pay that amount in a near future. So it is a responsibility of a business concern. Not cash is not yet paid by the organization. We have to pay that amount, 10,000 amount to Dhanya traders in this day or in the future day. Getting my point? So the credit purchase is considered as a liability for the organization. So here what are the two accounts? One is purchases. We purchased what? We purchased goods. So it is considered as purchases. One more account is Dhanya traders. Dhanya traders. Let's see, purchases. First one, purchases. Here purchases comes under expenses or losses. Purchases comes under expenses or losses. Say for example, raw material purchase. To gain something, we need to spend some amount. Say for example, to produce a finished product, we need to spend some amount for the raw materials. That is what here. So that the expense, that amount is considered as expenses. So furniture here is considered as expenses. So here purchases is considered as expenses. So increase, whether purchase expense is increased or decreased here, exactly purchase increases, purchases increases, expenses increases. Increase in expenses is to be, increases in expenses is to be debited. So how much? Increases in expenses is to be debited. Dhanya traders, we purchased from Dhanya traders. So Dhanya traders is considered as a liability. So increases in liability is to be credited. Increases in liability is to be credited. Why here Dhanya considered as a liability? Because she is a creditor of the business. So creditors comes under liability side. So increase in liabilities is to be credited. So 10,000 is credited here. Increases in purchases. Purchase ಮಾಡುವಾಗ stock ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು. So applicable same application same ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Increases in stock means asset is also debited. So increases in we can consider this purchase as expense also. So increases in expenses is debited here. So 10,000 debited. So here also the amount to be debited equal to amount to be credited. So purchase is considered as expense. So increases in expenses is to be debited. Next one is Dhanya traders is considered as liability because she is a creditor. So increase in liability is to be credited. So clear, right? It's clear, right? Now I'll give one transaction. So take down the assignment question and pass the pass a rule. Apply the rule like this. Question is, I'll give the same transaction, just apply, try to apply the rule. Purchased goods, according to the previous transaction, purchased goods for credit. Now I will give the transaction, purchased goods for cash, rupees 20,000. Apply the rule like this in the T format. Identify the two accounts are affected here in this transaction, like this what we did in the previous transaction and all. So the transaction is purchased goods for cash rupees 2,000. Firstly, you should identify the two accounts are affected, and after that you should identify the increase or decrease. Increases and decreases. Say for example, increase in expense, what you should do? Increases in expenses to be debited. Increases in or decreases in cash or increases in asset is to what you should do? Just apply the rule and do like this. So the transaction is what? Purchased goods for cash for rupees 20,000. Thank you for watching this video.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.